Hello everybody. Dang, I look kind of weird. I promise you, I feel fantastic. I'm out here walking around and I'm in the mud and it's a little bit dark because it's like 9 o'clock almost, but I wanted to make sure I made a video today, and I also wanted to make sure that it was at least in nature. Now, there are cars driving around, but at least I'm in nature, so and barefoot. That's cool too. So anyways, so today I wanted to make the video about how to sense other people's energy and how to actually gain information from that, and that you can use to either heal the person, to shield yourself from their energy, or to be able to amplify your own energy in a way that will kind of manifest a situation that will put you into a safer or better situation for yourself. So, and not just safer, I mean, like, when I say safer, what I mean is like something that's not going to energetically drain you, most likely. So to sense other people's energy, what you have to do is you have to become very good at grounding yourself in your own energy. But what I would say the biggest thing to do would be, for one, to learn about the chakra system. Two, the best way that I've found to learn about the chakra system, besides the videos and stuff that I've been trying to make and all that stuff, has been a book/audio book called The Law of One, Raw Material. It goes into a lot of different stuff about basically every aspect of spirituality that you could think about. So going back into feeling other people's energy. So for me, when I feel other people's energy, it comes in different forms, right? So it comes in a mental, it comes in a spiritual, and it comes in a physical, and it comes in kind of like a informational kind of form. So I guess that would be more mental. But the physical feelings are generally, and this is just, I'd say within the last 8 months or so, manifested itself into my being, to where I can actually feel like this. Beforehand, I was not able to actually feel energy in the same way, but since I've been working with it so much, my ability to be able to feel other people's energy and my own energy has exponentially increased. So physically, what I'll feel generally from people is the lower 3 areas, and what happens is, like, when you start to talk to somebody or something like that, you'll generally feel a reaction in yourself. And a lot of people think that reaction that they feel is actually their reaction, when in reality their body is just kind of reacting to the energy that the other person is putting off. And if they were to stay in a balanced state, then that energy would just kind of go through you instead of getting stuck up in you. So being around other people wouldn't drain you, it would just kind of like flow through you. And if you're even more of a clean channel, then what can happen is that energy can then flow through you and be cleansed. And then after it's cleansed, flow back into the other person and actually cleanse their energy as well. So that's what's really cool about that. But so physically, what I feel is it depends on the energy, you know? So if somebody's in a really, really good mood and their heart chakra is open, then generally I will literally almost start to cry when I look at them. And I'll feel a sense of absolute love and joy and compassion. Most of the time when you look at people, what you feel is your stomach and lower, and something will flare up in some sort of way. So most people are kind of aggravated or any kind of stuff like this. But there are a lot of people in the world who are also really, really happy too. So it just depends. But so physically, I'll feel, see, the thing about it is that in order to feel somebody else, you have to know how you feel, and you have to know, like, what it feels like to be balanced. So you have to feel what it feels like not to have blockages in your system. Otherwise, you're going to be really kind of confused, and the things that you think are yours are actually going to be other people's, and the things that you think are other people's are actually going to be yours. So the way this works is really kind of counterintuitive to the logical brain, but for the emotional and intuitive brain, it works perfectly because it's immediate and it tells you exactly what it is, as long as you don't put judgment on yourself. So the next thing that you need to do for the mental and physical in order to be able to get those downloads is to not judge whatever you're receiving. So if you're talking to somebody and then your stomach starts to feel uncomfortable, and then your chest starts to feel uncomfortable, and then you start to feel like their discomfort and all this other stuff, then before that escalates, you have to realize that that discomfort that you're feeling is not something that you need to hold on to. That's something that somebody else is radiating, that you are then picking up. So if you're able to realize that in the moment of that and then allow it, and a good way to allow it is to do mantra, and the mantra will bring you back into a space of observing, and then you can allow whatever it is, energy that these people are putting off, to flow through you. And then by the time it's done flowing through you, as long as you're in this state of allowance, then you will end up cleansing that energy and giving it back to them. And then therefore you will boost yourself and the other person at the same time. It's literally almost at the end of the very end of the day, and I worked for 8 hours today, and I went to a crystal shop and sat there for another 3 or 4 hours, and I still have plenty of energy. It's all about the way that you put your attention, about your energy. Like, a lot of people feel really tired at the end of the day because they put their attention in the wrong places, and they'll continuously complain, and they'll look around at things that they don't like, that they won't see the positive at anything, and they put up a lot of resistance when they do that. So resistance is what causes you to have to go through these cycles over and over and over again. Resistance also causes you to become less sensitive, because resistance causes basically like an emotional and spiritual scar tissue to build up. So what happens is that this emotional spiritual scar tissue gets so thick that whenever anything touches it, the actual wound is not actually healed. What's happened is that there's been so much scar tissue that's gone over it that they don't feel anything that hits that anymore. So that's like the closing of the heart chakra. And really the only way to get to a point where you can understand humanity and understand who you are is to open your heart chakra and to understand that we are all one. We are all an aspect of this oneness. And no matter what it is or who it is that you're feeling, or what it is that you're feeling from yourself, no matter what it is, it's all being projected from you and to you. So there's something in it that there is for you. Like, not only is there something that is there externally, but that external thing is also there for you in some way too. And it's there for you in a way that will only work in the way that you take it, because it's your reality. So it's really interesting how that works. Also, feeling other people's energy mentally, you'll start to feel that, like, their discomfort in the ways of like, oh, I wish this person would back up a little bit, like 2 inches or something like that. And then literally the more that you just allow those discomfortable feelings to flow through you, and you don't judge them, and you don't judge the other person, then you'll end up, the other person will end up basically, like, after releasing a lot of this toxic energy, they will really kind of like enjoy your presence more than you ever thought that they would. And they'll change very quickly once you send them the positive energy. And you basically, once you transmute that energy, then the entire vibe starts to change. And you can literally become a walking radiator of love, to the point where you literally, no matter where you go, everybody just feels better after you leave. And that's where it's been kind of getting to at this point. It's really amazing, because it makes me feel amazing every single time that I leave somewhere, that I'm able to uplift people's spirits and make them feel better. And it brings me such joy and happiness. Another way to feel other people's spiritual and energy is basically, the biggest thing is to become sensitive to your own energy. Learn what your energy feels like, and then any kind of distortion to your energy is somebody else's. So if you're able to get to a point where you can go out into nature and stay away from people, get away from all people, and just sit there for like 2 hours, and sit there until you're not anxious anymore, until you don't want to be anywhere else. And then once you don't want to be anywhere else, that's the energy that you need to carry around everywhere in order to be able to sense other people's energies in a way that is very, very accurate. Otherwise, you're going to have to go off of guesses and approximations instead of going off of true intuition and feelings. Spirit speaks through synchronicity. Spirit speaks through through other people. Spirit speaks through other people as conduits. There's basically, the more that you want to be able to feel other people and become empathic to a way that so that you can heal them, the more that that kind of energy will start to come to you. And for me, I've kind of dedicated my whole life into doing this, so it's kind of coming very, very quickly for me. And I'm also remembering a lot of other information from past lives and things like that too, which is also accelerating the kind of growth as well. But I'm gonna make another video on how to pick up on other people's energies and how to heal other people through, you know, picking up on their energies, because I feel like this was a little bit all over the place, but at the same time I feel like I got out some pretty good information in this, so I'm definitely going to post it up anyways. Yeah, you guys have a good day, and I'm going to go ahead and go home, and I will make another video tomorrow for you guys. So see you later. Peace.